What's up, guys? Here we are going over a topic that I really like, Kusuzhi from guard. It's we're not actually talking only about Kusuzhi, but we're gonna pretty much see scenarios where the Kusuzhi is applicable. And the sweep we're gonna learn today is Sumi Gaeshi sweep, butterfly sweep. This is by far my favorite sweep in the gi. I know I never used that one. I think I never shoot a Sumi Gaeshi sweep in a tournament, to be honest. I can be wrong, but I don't remember that. But this is by far the sweep I most use when I'm training the gi and when I have scenarios from half guard where I can place my butterfly hook and then build up from there. So what we are looking for, I think you have to come this side. So you guys know butterfly sweep, no, a little more. Butterfly sweep, we have a few options to set up. We have underhook, grabbing the belt. We have overhook, just getting this tight. And we have, if you are training the gi, we have belt control. So what we want to do, send him towards there and then get my sweep. So as you guys can see, in the Sumi Gaeshi sweep and most of the other sweeps, you guys are just finding off balance. If you guys, off balance is Kusuzhi, so the Japanese word that John uses a lot. When we bring the head ahead to the hips line. So every time your opponent is straight up like here, he's solid, he's heavy, and he's not losing his balance for any direction. Once you guys start bringing the head ahead of his hips, so whatever direction you send him, he's vulnerable to fail, to collapse, and your sweep is gonna be way easier than if he's fully straight. So this is why when we are working in sweeps, conceptually speaking, we always have to first finding Kusuzhi of balancing your opponent or training partner towards different directions, getting to make him lose his balance, and then from there build up your sweep or submission. So as you guys can see in here, so Sumi Gaeshi, once I grab the belt, he's still straight. Once I start leaning myself against the mat, so look at where's his head compared to his hips. He doesn't have balance towards there. It's gonna be easy for me send Fernando and get my sweep. So same thing happens, for example, when he's on the feet. So Fernando is getting up. So he's getting up and I have my X guard, for example. So if he's fully straight like this, straight up, he's solid. Once I start off balancing him and bring his head across ahead of his hips line, so he doesn't have balance anymore, and I can build up my sweeps, far sleeve, near sleeve, collar, switch my controls, and then do my work, finding my sweeps. And here's on the floor, another example, just to give you guys a good explanation. Another example, let's say foot on biceps. So if I try just send him straight to the side, it's not gonna work. But when I fish him with my legs and his head is ahead of his hips, look at how easy it is to get my sweep. So pretty much every sweep, he starts from idea of bring his head ahead of his hips. In that case, we're talking about this specific motion of bringing ahead because Sumi Gaeshi is the position we are working for. But also we have situations where the head is going backwards, and then you guys can also have the same level of Kusuzhi. So using this concept and idea, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna build up our grip. So it can be, as I said, underhook, overhook like this, or a belt control. All the ways are great. I do prefer in the gi belt control, no gi. I do with this hook control, so I feel it's better. So once we get this situation, so what are we gonna do? So most people fail leaning back. So when I lean back just for leaning back, I'm bringing my opponents to a situation where they are controlling the inside of my body and I'm flat. So it means I don't have the strength anymore to sweep anybody. So Sumi Gaeshi is super powerful because I can keep my body position 45 out during all the process. So I keep my body 45 degrees from the beginning to the end until I sweep him and extend my leg toward there. I think we have space. Yeah, we do have space. So I'm controlling his wrist, or I'm controlling his sleeve, or I'm controlling his elbow. It depends on how he's using his hand around. If he's posed his hand on my leg, I would say control the elbow is the best option. I can break his elbow. If I manage to find a way to grab his wrist and drag against his body, it's super strong. This option is great. If I was working with the sleeve and I also got or flare and then bring in and then use this type of grip to stop him to post his hand out there, is also great. What I don't have to let happen is let my opponent post the hand out there. So when I lean back, it's not gonna work. So if his hand is there in a solid way, you guys can grab the sleeve and move back to the center. Bring the hand not towards the body because it's gonna be heavy, but away and out. So when he moves back to get his posture, you guys can send his hand in. So right now is cup my hip inside again, and then I lean 45 degrees against the mat. So I'm leaning with just one side of my back. So my elbow I flare. This is another concept about Kusuzhi. We always work with elbows flare like this, and I lean 45. Once I start sweeping him to the side, Fernando his last option is post forehead on the mat. So probably you guys will face this situation a lot. So what I should do in this position, if my hips are on the side, so look at how I lose lever. So I have to extend my leg to finish. My bottom leg I have to post on the mat and get up on my knee, like this. Once I get up on my knee, I'm just generating so much lever in here that whatever happens, when I extend my leg, I can always get my sweep. So once we are here, the hand on the belt, you guys have to keep it up, and then high step, get the mount, and build up to any type of crossface, underhook, head position, and then be happy from there. So let's do one more time. So I'm here, I'm building whatever setup I'm looking for. I grab the belt, I can have sleeve, wrist, or elbow. This time it's gonna be elbow setup. So he's posting his hand right here. I just come with my 5 fingers and I tap on his triceps and elbow, boom. Bring everything in, and then I start to lean 45. Boom. I bring him over my hip. Last stage, Fernando is gonna post his forehead on the mat. This is the natural reaction. So I have to get up on my knee. So look at my hips are on the mat. So I post my bottom leg, and then I get up. Boom. Once I get up, I have the entire lever right now to just extend my leg and send him out there. So I high step, I take the mount, I cross face him, and then the nightmare just starts. So basically, it's so much simple when you understand the concept behind the technique. So this one, we spoke about Kusuzhi, head leaning forward, ahead of the hips line, and I got to explain the Sumi Gaeshi in 2 minutes for you guys. So it's just simple. Once you guys manage to bring the head ahead of the hips line, you guys always gonna succeed. And Sumi Gaeshi, butterfly sweep, whatever you guys call that technique, it's super powerful, and you guys have so much scenarios to get in there and then be effective, scoring points, getting on top. And what's great about this technique, you guys always gonna land chest to chest, either half guard or chest mount, which is beautiful. Enjoy it.